Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another EVE Online video. Now, this is my first, it's going to be one of the videos talking about the direction that we're going in, and it's going to be the starting point of what's to come next. So obviously, if you're not aware, I was in nullsec and I had a string of bad luck over a while, and I ended up taking a break. And when I came back from the break, all of a sudden I wasn't in nullsec. I was in a wormhole with a fleet of people that are not part of the corporation that I'm in, and we were doing some gas mining in a wormhole. So we were ninja gas mining basically. And just as a starting off point, I am right now, the video that you're seeing in the background is a live video, so you will see me flicking between videos or flicking between accounts so that you can see that I'm doing all this stuff. Yeah, okay, so I will be flicking back and forward as we are doing some ice mining out here back in the old system that used to be in Halima, if that is how you pronounce it. So I just wanted to clear a few things up, because obviously, I was talking about how I used to be, basically a solo player, and then I went to I went to nullsec with the corporation that I used to be part of, and then all of a sudden when I come back from my break, I'm not in nullsec anymore, and the corporation that I'm part of are basically nowhere to be found. So I just wanted to, take this opportunity to clear a few things up as to where we are going and where I'm going in the future. So I still am part of the corporation. I'm not leaving that corporation. Everything in the terms of the corporation is still all well and good. Basically what's happening is, if you're part of a corporation, especially in nullsec, things don't stay static forever. There's always a constant change of things going on. Things are always constantly changing, whether that is changing activities, changing systems, changing alliances, changing the outlook. It's always a constant. Corporations are always constantly in motion, whether you see that or not. That is part of the process of being in a corporation, especially in nullsec, because you kind of have to change with your surroundings. You kind of have to change with the alliance. Maybe a war is going on, or maybe the part of nullsec that you're in is all just become overrun with a rival alliance or what have you. Things are constantly changing, so basically our corporation is changing as well, and we are changing our outlook and what we are doing. So basically what's going to happen is we are starting to come away from just chilling out in nullsec doing whatever we want, and we're kind of starting to go towards what are we starting to go towards? Faction warfare. I forgot about that. Sorry. Okay, so we are starting to go towards faction warfare. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is we are now looking for a system that is somewhat high sec but very close to low sec, so that we can partake in faction warfare. Now, whenever it comes to this sort of activity, obviously you can put in as much time or as little time as you wish. That is completely fine. So because of that, and because you're able to come and go as you please, there's going to be a lot of side activities that we're able to partake in. Now, I know fine rightly, going into faction warfare, especially at the very start, we're going to lose, well, I don't want to say I'm going to lose a lot of ships. I know that going into it. So basically what I'm doing right now, and the reason why I'm in high sec, is actually the reason why I'm up here is there's a couple of reasons. One, while we are kind of in the waiting for faction warfare to really kick off with our corporation, I decided that I wanted to do some ice mining where I could just do it AFK basically. Get out into a belt with a few people. As you can see, we got some fleet going. More people will be joining the fleet very soon. But what we're going to be doing is just fleet ice mining, and then also stuff like the fleet gas mining in wormholes, other stuff like that. It's what I've wanted to do for a while, so I wanted to go back to it, especially now's the good time while we are in the waiting for faction warfare to really kick off. And because we're waiting for it to kick off, what I'm basically doing is I'm making, I want to call it a nest egg. So I am building up I've built up some funds. As you can see that I'm in a Hulk right now, but as you can see probably from my other account that I am also in I'm in an Orca, which is great. So I can just sit out here for a while in the ice belts, mine up some ice, and then in my free time, whenever I have a chance, what I can do is I can go and do some gas mining or exploration or what have you, and I'm using that to build up a foundation, because what I'm going to do is at some stage, it's not this account, it's not, no it's not, it's the other account. Okay, so there we go. Don't know why that was thing, but as you can see, I'm currently sitting on 3.15 billion. Okay, so what I want to do is whenever faction warfare starts, any and all ISK on this account, with the exception of 500 million, is going to be getting transferred to my third account. Okay, so if I show you the fleet here, obviously there's Expedition 1, which is my main account, and then there's Expedition 2, which is this account. And if I pop this up, and I will show you, as you can see, Expedition 2 is currently in, don't know why that's right in the middle of there, but okay. Expedition 2 is currently in the middle of training for an Orca and its boosts, and then also brushing up on the gas cloud skills as well as the reprocessing skills, so that whenever my main account is out in doing faction warfare stuff, I can have kind of like a high sec ice mining fleet going AFK on my second account, and then potentially getting my third account in on that as well. My third account, which is Expedition 3, is not a part of the corporation that I'm in. It's got its own wee corporation, so that it's literally just two people. It's my third and fourth account in it, and that's just so that I don't get spammed with corporation invites. But it's going to be basically acting like a bank at the same time. And because it's going to be acting like a bank at the same time, basically I'm just going to transfer everything that is all of my excess ISK that is not 500 million, and I'm going to transfer that all to that account. That account is going to keep it safe, so that whenever I go in to faction warfare, I can say, right, this is what I'm starting with. I'm starting with 500 million. Let's see where we go. Okay, that's basically what I'm doing. And right now, all the ice and all the gas that I'm mining, and maybe potentially ore that I'm reprocessing and all good stuff like that, I am not going to be selling that. That's going to sit up in HiSec, and it's just going to sit in a station, so that if, say for talk's sake, something really bad does happen and I lose not only the 500 million but then take out some more money and I lose it too, it's going to be a case of, well, worst comes to worst, what I've got is I have got X amount of ice, X amount of gas, X amount of reprocessed materials that I can sell to then fund my faction warfare experience, my faction warfare, adventures, basically. So I'm up here because, and the reason why I'm doing it up here, obviously I could do nullsec ice mining down in the system that I was in, but at the same time, this way is a lot safer. It doesn't make as much because the ice up here isn't as valuable as it is down in nullsec, but this is a lot safer. I can do this in relative ease without worry, especially whenever I'm in work, so that I don't really have to pay attention. So in the long run, it actually works out that doing this in high sec is a lot more valuable because of not having to worry as much. I have got Concord to protect me in a big beefy orca, so that's one thing that I don't need to worry about. So obviously, you know, the main reason why I'm here is building a foundation or a nest egg, so that if the worst does happen, I have something to fall back on to say, right, well, at least I have got, you know, X amount of billions in ice and gas and reprocessed ore, so that whenever I am, you know, if the worst does happen in faction warfare, I still have something that I can fall back on. Plus I still will have the orca and the mining ships and stuff like that there, that I can continue to do that on the side. So that's reason number one. Obviously, you know, reason number two would be a case of, while we are waiting, this is stuff that I want to do. So obviously I'm not just going to sit about and wait for faction warfare to happen. Now, nothing is stopping me from going and doing it, but I want to start it at the same time as the rest of the corporation members, so that we can all jump in all at the same time, and, you know, we can kind of all get our bearings at the same time, so that we know where everyone's at, you know, how we're all doing, and, you know, kind of what's going on. So that's, I want to do that. So in the meantime, I'm up here just doing a few things that I want to do, just while everything gets sorted out in the background. And then when the CEO comes along and goes, right, it's happening, great, tell me where to show up, and I will show up. You know, being able to come up here to do these things is something that I want to do, but at the same time, you know, main reason number three is I get to do it with the people that watch these videos. You know, again, like, if you've seen the relaxed gas mining in a wormhole video, you know, that was people that watch these videos that got in contact with me, you know, that joined the Discord and stuff like that there, and we were able to sit one night and just relax in a gas site in a wormhole, you know, sitting talking away to each other. And these are people that I never would have met without making these videos, because they watch the videos. You know, I would like to spend time with people that, you know, watch my videos and stuff like that there, and actually, you know, do stuff, and if they're newer players, help them out when and wherever I can. You know, take them out to see, or maybe get them out of their comfort zone, you know, and go from there. So it's amazing to be able to do that as well. So that is basically, that's the three reasons as to why I'm here. Obviously, you know, I have, you know, let the corporation know that what is going on is I'm currently in a high sec just building a wee nest egg. You know, obviously the corporation as a whole isn't forcing anyone into doing this. In fact, basically what was said was, if you don't want to do faction warfare, that is all well and good. You are free to leave the corporation, and if you do leave the corporation because you don't want to do faction warfare, we can recommend some corporations that are still in the alliance that we are very friendly with, that are still in this same area, and you are free to go to them if you wish, so that if you want to stay in nullsec and see it out and see how it goes, then by all means we will facilitate that as well. So it's great that way, that if there's certain people in the corporation that are like, you know what, faction warfare is not for me, okay, here is a corporation that we're on really good terms with, that are in the same area, that in the same alliance, so pretty much nothing will change for you. Here you go. And people are all away doing that. So, you know, some people are leaving, other people are getting ready. I'm getting ready. So I just, up here, I haven't left the corporation. I'm not leaving the corporation. We're just going in a different direction very soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, maybe, if even that. It just means that I will be doing videos on faction warfare too. So that is that. Also, while I am doing the faction warfare, obviously, you know, if I was on for 7 hours of the day, I'm not going to be doing faction warfare for all 7 hours of the day. So I will be able to do fleet mining, whether that's with the corporation or, with just random people in the belt, or people that watch the videos, or a combination of all three, that's all well and good. I can just shift my orca whenever and wherever I need to, because basically my orca is, at this stage, it's a Roman station basically. Because if I come into my orca and I show you this is my gas mining ship. Usually whenever it's not being used, the Hulk is also in there, and then I would usually have some form of ship to clear out rats if needs be, but this is basically just one moving station at this stage, so that is great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compress those. That's compressed. Check on the fuel. Loads left because I still have more in there. So that is that. So yeah, it's basically a Roman station. So this can be just moved to wherever. So if they say, listen, we're in a certain system that is maybe a few jumps away, right? Okay, I'm bringing the orca over. We can do some mining. And while we're not doing faction warfare, that's great. It just means that whenever we're not doing faction warfare, if needs be, I can jump onto my third character, which can do a lot of exploring and solo PvP and stuff like that there. So that will be, the wormhole videos are still going to be a thing. And as soon as I finish recording this video, I'm going to go on and record the first proper video of the new player series, which is going to be all on mining, since I'm already out here doing it. But yeah, so that is the direction that the corporation has taken, and I'm on board with it. I'm all for it. Something different, we bit of variety, we bit of spice into the life. So that is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. And again, we have, whenever it comes to the faction warfare as a corporation, we have no requirements or anything like that. So it's a case of just show up whenever you want to, and whenever you don't want to, you can do whatever else is that you want to do, which is great. So if I log on one day and I'm like, I can't be arsed doing faction warfare, I just want to find a wormhole, jump in, mine some gas, and then log off again, I'm able to do that, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, have not left the corporation. I am not leaving the corporation. We're just taking a different direction with things. I'm on board for it. And in the meantime, I'm just up here making a nice wee nest egg, just so that if needs be, if we end up really getting into it and building stations and stuff like that there, I can reprocess a lot of materials for it, which is great. But yeah, that's that. So we're getting back into the regular swing of things. I'm really starting to think about maybe even, on a day that I have off from work, maybe just having a nice wee relaxed stream of some sort, potentially. Could be something that I might even do today, for an hour and a half or so. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Just wanted to update you, just in case you're thinking that I'm leaving the corporation when I'm not. So until next time, thanks for watching.